Good morning, my wonderful friends. Magus with you on a beautiful day in Osha. And my friends, I'm so excited about this message. I've been putting it together for quite a while now. And my friends, your life will never be the same after you hear this. We're going to talk about the power of the third eye and how to use it, how to reprogram your subconscious for success. I'm going to teach you about, when you lucid dream, you take control of your dream. You wake up in your dream, and my God, when you learn to do this, it's absolutely amazing. I remember I was being chased in a dream, and I stopped the guy chasing me because I woke up in my dream, and I looked at him in his face, and I could see his face, his features. I could see the pores in his skin and the hairs. I looked at the way he was dressed and the kind of shoes he had on, and I told him, "Do you realize I designed you? Do you realize I dressed you? Every pore in your face, every hair on your head, I put on you because you are in my mind, because all is mind." And you take control of your dream and your world. And I looked around at the trees in my dream, and I could see the bark and the detail, and it was so clear and beautiful. And then I started thinking about all the dreams I've had since I was a child that I made up right here in my mind, the different places that I've returned to time and time again, all made up in my mind. And then, my friends, I found the most amazing thing, that in what we call here the awake state, real life, you can do the same thing. Let that blow your mind for a minute. My friends, that's why it's so important that we create out of the right mind, because you can create heaven on earth, or you can create a living hell. That's why it's so important we return to the original word, that holy Om, a perfect creator, vibrated into form, a perfect world and a perfect you. And all you have to do is align. My friends, I've been reading all the time. Yoga Sutra, Patanjali. If you don't have this book, you have to get it. I love this one by Edwin Bryant. I think he just put it together beautifully. The Holotropic Mind by Stanislav Grof. And this is about different breathing techniques to get yourself into altered states of consciousness. Why would you want to get yourself into altered states of consciousness? So you can do trance work. Why would you want to do hypnosis and trance work and self-hypnosis? So that you can reprogram your subconscious mind. Because, my friend, you can read every positive book in the world, understand it consciously, but if your subconscious has not been reprogrammed, you're going to create out of those programs that are in your subconscious. And my friends, those can be from when you were a child, maybe wrong subconscious prompters. You do realize that for the first 7 years of your life, you're in what they call a theta state. You are basically a sponge. Everything a parent and a teacher tells you, you take it as fact and truth. That's why you believed in the Easter Bunny. That's why you believed in a Santa Claus. And it don't matter how ridiculous the ideas. That's why you can believe such ridiculous ideas in different religions that make absolutely no reasonable sense, but because it was put into you as a child and you believe it. And hopefully your parents told you what a great child you were, what a winner you are. But not everyone had that. Some people were told they're no good, they'll never amount to anything, and that's why they self-sabotage everything in their life. They can have everything going good finally, and they'll tear it apart themselves because subconsciously they don't believe they're any good. They don't believe they can get ahead, and they destroy their own lives from the inside out. My friends, we have to learn to reprogram our subconscious, and I'm going to teach you how to do that. And I love this idea of breath work. And here's what I want you guys to do. If you're serious about changing your life tonight, I don't know your schedule, maybe the wife or husband goes to bed, the kids go to bed, you have some time to yourself. I want you to try this breath work. And I know we teach to breathe in to a count of 4, pause, breathe out. Great thing. Still teach it, still love it. It puts you in that relaxed state. But here I want you to try what they're teaching here. It's almost like hyperventilating, but don't hyperventilate. But you're breathing in and then no pause, and you're breathing out, and you just get yourself in this rhythm. And then I'm kind of mixing some of the different teachings here that I found worked for me. Then I want you to focus on your third eye point. Close your eyes and just see that. Put all your focus right there. And I want you to see a light. And then when you see that light, I want you to see yourself going into that light, falling into that light. And my friend, you're going to start to go into this altered consciousness. And then I want you to start reprogramming yourself as you go into that theta state, that place between awake and asleep. I want you to start speaking truth to yourself. I want you to start saying whatever it is you're wanting to get. Everyone's got different things in their life they're dealing with. But I want you to start saying, for instance, if you're sick, I want you to start saying, I am health. I am divine health. I feel good. And I want you to reprogram, because all is mind. We program the outer world with mind. If you can change the mind, you can change the form. And so I want you to feel well. I feel good. I feel well. My friends, I love what it says in the Yoga Sutras. It says that right knowledge dispels its opposite. Meaning, if you're dealing with fear or hate, what do? You hold its opposite, which is love. And so when you hold those higher vibrations, it dispels and removes those lower vibrations. When you start saying, I love myself, I am worthy, I am good, it dispels all those lies that you're nothing but a dirty sinner. You start saying that I come from good spirit, I am made of good spirit, I will return to good spirit, and you align yourself with that God mind, that good, and all those lies that you are no good, that you'll never be anything. They just disappear, my friends. And you can change anything by looking at the truth. I want you to think about all the religions we've studied over the last few years. We've studied Islam, Judaism, Christianity, the Egyptian religion, of course Zoroastrianism. We've studied astrology, tarot, everything we studied. What is the main message, the main good message that we get out of all those? It's always to kill the beast. You think about in our own bodies, the 33 vertebrae, where we raise that chrism to the hypothalamus, where it sits for 3 days. And then it goes to the place called pineal, where we see God face to face. It all comes from crucifying the flesh, killing the beast. When you look up at the stars at night, what are the stories all about? Killing the beast and rising to higher consciousness. My friends, it doesn't matter what religion you are in. We've seen it with the Sufi mystics, with the Christian mystics. You can find good God if you are truly searching. We use here at the Order of the Magi, Asha, 16 statements and teachings. And I want to read a little bit to you to start showing you how to reprogram your mind. We memorize these 16 statements and teachings. When I'm out on a hike, I will go through them and repeat them. And it gets me into that right state of mind, and it programs your subconscious. It's more than just reading something once and consciously understanding it, but it's taking it to a heart level where that is what you believe, and that's what you start to create out of. It says, I have the mind of Christ. This is the Christ mind, pure virgin consciousness. My only job is to align with and hold continuously in mind. That's what we're talking about, that subconscious level. To hold continuously in mind the attributes of good God, which is love and life and peace and joy, power and freedom, and to actually be those attributes, to be good, to be one with God, the all good God that we teach. And then it says, my mind is God. My mind is good. We come from good spirit. We're made of good spirit. We'll return to good spirit. But our brains, our thoughts are not always good. So what do? We align our thoughts with the highest mind, the highest truth. Asha 2 says, know only good. If you can understand this, oh, please get this. Know only good. Be intimate with only good, and perceive and understand only the good God, and your experience will be the same. Always remember the covenant that is written on your heart, my friends, the Creator put inside of you His book, His vibration, so that you can align with it. It doesn't matter. People think, well, it's so confusing. It's really not, my friends. I know there's all these different supposedly called holy texts that seem so mixed and confused, and that God's good sometimes and mean sometimes. But if you go inside, you know what love is. You know what good is. And you can align with that. And do not forget you are a child of the King. That is your rightful place. You are a child of the King, of good, of God, and we align with that and we create out of that. My friend, in Asha 15, it says, don't strive to make something happen. Don't try and force it. You can't force this to happen. The only thing you can do is align. And I'm thinking for my wonderful friends that might be dealing with, say, an addiction, I'm going to show you how to get out of that with this reprogramming, rewiring of your mind. And my friends, the beauty of this is not only do you make your life better, but you're raising the evolution of this planet. You're going to pass down different DNA to your children. Remember, we're talking about when I ride my motorcycle, if I see the pothole and I focus on it, I hit the pothole. We got to look at the way out. If you are dealing with an addiction in your life, you probably already know what doesn't work. If you're an alcoholic or a drug addict, you can't fight it, okay? You can't say, I'm not going to go have a beer and fight it that way, because what are you thinking about a beer? What are you going to end up go getting? A beer. Pornography. You can't say to yourself, I'm not going to go watch pornography. You're thinking about it. Already there's a reaction taking place in your body. Your heart beats faster and your blood pressure rises, and you are going to go get that beer or that porn or that whatever it is. And even though you know it's killing you, it's ruining your marriage, it's ruining the relationship with your children, it's ruining your health, but something, it's consciously you know, that 10% you know, but that 90% is going to go get it, that subconscious mind. Those are habits. You got to break the habits. How do you break the habits? You reprogram them at the theta state. And I suggest doing it positively. You can do it negatively. You can picture, what happens negatively with drugs and alcohol. You can see it destroying your liver and your kidneys and your health and your marriage and your relationship. And that can turn you off to it. But my friends, that's not really the best way to go about it. You want to do it positively. You want to put your mind on a positive. What are you going to get out of not doing that? See yourself healthy and strong. See yourself with your arm around your spouse in Hawaii and in love and looking each other's eyes. See yourself playing with your kids and having that relationship that you always wanted. Put your focus and eyes on the good and see yourself living in that. And then, my friends, that's what you're going to go towards. That's all you're going to think about. And pretty soon, that lie, that little voice is going to, alcohol or drugs or perversion or lust or whatever's calling you, it'll just kind of fade in the back, and you'll be focused on where you're going. But you won't even have a desire for those things anymore. And if your mind does start to go back and think of it, it's going to be, why would I ever want that when I've got all of this? It's a reprogramming of the mind, and it changes everything. You can have a beautiful life starting today. They say it takes 3 weeks to make a habit. I'm telling you, you can do it quicker. My God, you do this breath work. You put on maybe some different vibrational music. One thing I found, there's power in sound. Okay, find yourself, there's plenty of channels on YouTube. You can find a sound for reprogramming, rewiring. Put on that music and then do the breath work. Go inside, see that light, go in, go to that theta state and start putting truth inside of you. And my friends, people will think it's magic. And it really is. It's magi magic, and it's beautiful. It's the miracles of Jesus. You can do anything, but will you do it? It's more than just hearing it, knowing it, reading about it. You can read all these books. You got to do it. You got to believe You can do it, and you got to go after it. You got to look at the way you're going and stay focused on it. Don't look back like a dog returns to his vomit, a pig likes to roll in his mud. No, you keep going forward. Don't look back. Don't look back. Don't look back. You've got this. I believe in you. Guys, I love you. Share this with someone today. Get someone to subscribe. Hit the bell notification. Let's grow this Order of the Magi, and I love you. I'll see you tomorrow.